The date is February 19th, 1945. You are 19 years old. You are standing inside a steel landing craft, and the smell is the first thing that hits you. Diesel fuel, sweat, and something else. Something you can't name yet. But the older Marines around you recognize it. They've smelled it before. Fear has a smell. The island ahead of you is called Iwo Jima. 8 square miles of black volcanic sand, jagged rock, and 22,000 Japanese soldiers who have had 8 months to dig themselves so deep into that island, they are basically part of the rock itself. Your commanding officer told you this morning that the island would be secured in 4 days. He was wrong. It will take 36, and you are about to step onto the deadliest beach in Marine Corps history.
The guns are already going when your craft hits the water. American battleships behind you are firing shells the size of Volkswagens directly at that island. The noise is so enormous it doesn't even feel like sound anymore. It feels like pressure, like the ocean itself is angry. He hasn't stopped moving his lips since you left the ship, praying. You don't interrupt him. The island gets closer. And then something strange happens. It goes quiet. Not the American guns, those are still firing, but the island. The island is completely silent. No movement, no return fire, nothing. Some of the men around you actually relax. Maybe the bombing worked. Maybe this would be easier than they said. You don't relax. Something in your gut is screaming. 7,000 landing craft are hitting this beach right now, 30,000 Marines, and that island is just sitting there, watching, waiting. The ramp drops. You run. Your boots hit the block sand, and immediately you understand the problem. This isn't sand like a beach back home. This is volcanic ash, deep, loose. Every step you take, your foot sinks 6 inches. You are running in slow motion. You cannot run. You cannot dig a foxhole. The ash just collapses right back in. And that is when the island wakes up. The Japanese commander, General Kuribayashi, has been waiting. He let every single landing craft hit the beach. He waited until 30,000 Marines were packed onto that black sand with nowhere to go. And then he opened fire. From everywhere. Machine guns from the left, artillery from the volcano above you, mortars dropping straight down from positions you cannot even see because they are firing from tunnels inside the mountain. The Japanese have dug 18 kilometers of tunnels through this island. They are literally underground, protected from everything the US Navy threw at them, and now they are firing upward through concealed holes in the ground. You hit the sand. The man next to you hits the sand and doesn't get back up. There is nowhere to hide on this beach. The terrain rises sharply behind you, trapping everyone at the waterline. Bodies are piling up faster than anyone can process. This isn't a landing. This is a massacre. But Marines don't stop. You crawl forward. The objective that first day is Mount Suribachi, that volcano at the southern tip of the island that looms over the entire beach like a dark god watching everything. Every Japanese gun on Suribachi has a perfect line of sight on every Marine on that beach. As long as Suribachi stands, you are all targets. It takes 4 days just to get to the base of it. 4 days of crawling through volcanic ash, through gunfire, through the screams of men, in the silence of men who are past screaming. You've stopped thinking about home. You've stopped thinking about yesterday. The only thing that exists is the next 10 feet in front of you. You see things on this island that you will never be able to describe to anyone who wasn't here. A Marine using a flamethrower to clear a bunker, the terrible sound it makes. Men going into tunnels with pistols and grenades and sometimes not coming back out.
The corpsmen, Navy medics, running into open fire to drag wounded men back, getting shot themselves, getting up, running again. On the fifth day, February 23rd, a small patrol fights their way to the top of Suribachi. They raise a small American flag. The men on the beach below can see it. And for just one moment, 30,000 exhausted, terrified, shell-shocked Marines stop what they are doing. And they cheer. Ships in the harbor blow their horns. It is the most powerful sound you have ever heard. But the battle is nowhere near over. The next 30 days are something no training ever prepared you for. The Japanese strategy is unlike anything American forces have faced before. They are not trying to win. They know they cannot win. General Kuribayashi's orders to his men are to kill 10 Americans before dying themselves. Every pillbox you take costs lives. Every ridgeline, every rock formation has a name now. Hill 382, called the Meatgrinder because of what it does to the men sent to take it. The amphitheater, Turkey Knob. You take ground in feet, not miles, not yards, feet. And the nights are worse than the days. The Japanese tunnel system means they can move underground and reappear behind positions you just cleared. You can never fully sleep. You can never fully feel safe. You rotate watch with the men around you, staring into volcanic darkness, listening for sounds that might be the wind or might be the last sound you ever hear. The men around you change. New faces replace the ones you started with. You stop learning names as fast because names become painful very quickly on this island. But you keep moving because that is what Marines do. Time the island is declared secured on March 26, 1945, the numbers are almost impossible to hold in your head. 6,821 American Marines and sailors dead. Nearly 20,000 wounded. Of the 22,000 Japanese defenders, only 216 are taken prisoner. The rest fight to the last man, exactly as Kuribayashi ordered. Admiral Chester Nimitz, commander of the entire Pacific Fleet, will say something about this battle that will be repeated for generations. Among the men who fought on Iwo Jima, uncommon valor was a common virtue. You are standing on black sand that is no longer entirely black. You have been here for 36 days. You walked onto this beach as a 19-year-old kid from a small town who had never seen combat. You are walking off it as something different, something you don't have a word for yet. The flag is still flying on top of Suribachi. You look at it one last time. 27 medals of honor were awarded for actions at Iwo Jima, more than any other single battle in American history. The men who fought here didn't do it for glory. They didn't do it for the history books. They did it for the guy on their left and the guy on their right. They did it because walking away and leaving your brother in that volcanic ash was simply something a Marine could not do. If this story moved you even a little, smash that like button and subscribe. Every video we make is built to honor the men whose stories deserve to be told this way. Drop a comment below and tell us which moment hit you hardest. The next story is already coming, and it is going to hit even harder.